Welcome everybody to your brainstorming PowerPoint. This will be a quick explanation and the directions on the assignment that is involved. Brainstorming is a technique used to generate many different ideas in an almost stress-free way. Think about when you're given an assignment or a speech and the thought process that goes through your head, and all of these different thoughts are going on, like where do I start, what do I want to do, what do I really want to speak about. Well, by doing this brainstorming activity, it's going to help you. The technique and preparation can help you narrow down your ideas in order to put all of your thoughts into one place. When using brainstorming, the biggest key is narrowing. It starts out extremely broad because all of those thoughts and ideas that you have are exactly that, very broad. And in order to do a proper speech, we want to narrow everything down. So how does brainstorming work? It's very easy to get started. I want you to take out a fresh piece of paper, or if you want to open up a Word document on your computer and simply put the title of your speech in the middle of that paper or at the top and centered on your Word document. If you're doing it on the computer, I would make it bold. I would make it a larger font, something that is going to stick out. Once you've done this, I want you to start to think about everything that you possibly can that's related to your topic. Every one of our minds works in a different way. Every one of our thought processes work in a different way. You need to find out what is coming to your mind and just continue to write and write and write. Write everything down. What comes next? Once you've completed this process, it's now time to start to narrow your ideas down. Remember, when we're delivering speeches or you're giving a talk anywhere, you're going to have time constraints, so you're going to have to make sure that everything that you do fits into these time constraints. First step, take a look down at your paper or at your document on the computer. What main points do you see on your paper that you want to cover? You want to think about what your audience wants to hear as well. It's not just what you want to speak about, but you want to know what your audience is going to want to hear you speak about. Pick out 3 to 4, maybe 5 main points that really stick out to you. For the class that we're in now, you're going to only use 3, but it's better to have a 4th and a potentially 5th one, so you have a backup in case you can't find research or information or decide that you want to change your mind. It's always good to have a backup. Put those on a separate page, a separate Word document, however you're doing this. Keep them separate from your brainstorming activity. Don't get rid of your brainstorming activity because you may want to go back to it or continue to work on it or pull other ideas from it. Once you've done this, the next step will be to actually begin the research on your topic and your main points. There will be another PowerPoint about sources and research, but for now you know that when you see these main points, you've decided on your speaking points, and this is where you can start to look for your research. Now that we've come to the end of the PowerPoint slide, I want to go over what the actual assignment is for this class and the brainstorming activity. It is a 19-question form. I don't want you to go crazy answering in full sentences and setting up paragraph answers. Take a look at it and think about what I've spoken to you about. Think about putting things down on paper. The reason for this is throughout the semester you will have to choose topics for your speeches. I want you to choose topics that you're comfortable speaking with and things that you know and have a passion about. As an example, when it comes time for your persuasive speech and you come to me and say, Professor, I don't know what I should do my persuasive speech on, I can tell you to go to your brainstorming activity and look for the question that says, what do you like to argue about? And whatever you put there, your answers there, will be topics that you're into and interested in. Fill this form out, save it, turn it in, and keep it so later on in the semester, if you're having a hard time deciding on a topic, you can go back to it. This is what I want you to do for each speech topic. Brainstorm. Prepare each speech in the same manner and it will become easier and easier for you to produce content. I hope this helped. And as always, if you need anything from me, please either email me or text me, and we will go through whatever questions you may have.